We got Kava moving up higher. I can't believe this thing is continuously going up higher. CAVA 64.99 high today. Last week was just ripping up on Kava. I don't know where all this is coming from for Kava. I'm still very bearish on CAVA to $40. That's my target. I'm sure on Kava long term. CAVA 64.65 right now. 176, 1.76% to the upside. We got QQQ is having a slight pullback here, hitting 609.36 high on the day, up 0.92%, 0.93%. Can it hit 1%? Can it end the day? We got 29 minutes left here. I'm sorry, 39 minutes? Yeah, 39 minutes here until the end of the day. SPY moving lower right now, guys. Right now, SPY moving lower. New low of the day, 671.76 right now. 671.74 moving lower. Volume coming in. 0.38% to the upside today. NVIDIA negative 1.08%. Rejected at VWAP at the 185.70 area. Current price 185.62. Moving lower. Pivot down at 185.10. So keep that in mind. 50 cents to lower at where we're at right now. So 185.67. We got the S1 pivot at 185.10, 185.15. So we got about 50 cents until we see some kind of bounce for some type of support if we're actually rejected here at VWAP. But we are being rejected overall. AMZN, what a wild day Amazon has had, huh? Opened up, went down to 216.03, low, just spiked, ripped down, tore through the daily pivot and rejected at the daily pivot at that 221 area even. Fell down to the S1 at 218, bounced off the S2 pivot at 216 even, and just been trending upwards ever since. Now, 0.63 to the upside. We're getting rejected at that pivot point again. Look for price maybe to pull back here. We got volume coming in, so look for price on AMZN to pull back to that 219.75 area. That's about a $1.10 lower. Very nice rejection point here at that 221.73 moving lower. 220.82 right now on AMZN. I had to end that live, guys. I apologize. I just had a reset. Come public out of the private room. So I do apologize. We're just going to restart here real quick. Last half hour of the day. Everyone's going to start joining back in here. NFLX getting clobbered the last couple months. 0.54% positive today, surprisingly. 11.45.45 low. We hit a high of 11.63.48. Current price 11.59.54. Looks like we're having a slight little pullback here. I'd say look for a pullback down to 11.57. About $2.30 down on NFLX. I just sold my Netflix today, of course, right around the 11.52 area. Still off the lows, not quite at the high, but I'll take it. It's just getting too much negative sentiment there on Netflix. TMUS down again 2.58%. Guys, I'm telling you, T-Mobile's they're going down to the hundreds, okay? The 100 area. TMUS, T-Mobile, gonna go down into the $100 range. Not saying $100, but into the $100 range, okay? Especially with that T-Mobile money catastrophe they had, the bank account. I keep mentioning this every single live because it's real. T-Mobile money left thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people access to their money. Every time that happens, what do we see? Class action lawsuit. Expect that with them. I think that's why they've been getting down lately. They look like they're going to bounce here off of VWAP right now for today on intraday. Again, down 2.55%, 224.39 right now. I'd say look for it to rise up to the 225.50 area, about $1 up. How much it's going to move in the last hour, I'm not sure. 325 right now. Check out my cats running all over the place. I love my kitty cats. Those are the two kittens I got. I'm going to put this in the chat here for you guys. T-Mobile moving up. Hey, Mill time. We were just private in the private room. We just relaunched the live, so everybody's gonna start coming back in here. Subscribe, buddy, so you'll see what we're doing. We got a lot of action today. A lot of action across every symbol. NIO down 0.32% negative. We're right around the daily pivot point at the 766 area. Look for a slight bounce here at the 7.66, possibly up to the 7.72 area. That's NIO. We had a slight little rejection here at the 7.85 on NIO. Very nice rejection here. We caught that. Look at PEP. Last week, end of the week, very nice. So did KO. Up on Friday. Nice price action on Friday. And now we just gave it all back on both of those symbols. Look for a little bit of support here. I think Pepsi, PEP, 140.12. Look for some support back up to 140.50. Okay? PEP, look for an end of day move back up to 140.50. Get about 40 cents back up. I love Bitcoin right now, moving back up here. Slight pullback. We found support at the R1 pivot, and now we're pulling back up. We're at 125,943 right now. I'm up 25% on BITU, which is 2x leverage Bitcoin. I was up 25% from last week. It's 2x leverage Bitcoin. I love that. I just sold it. I got out. I squashed it when Bitcoin was around 126.5, 126.6. Hey, I was in the private room. I got caught up in the private room. I apologize. I'll be here tomorrow, though. I'm going to go live all day tomorrow, public. Look at that move. PLTR bouncing off of that daily pivot point. That's what we were waiting for. Nice little bounce at the pivot point. 178.62 right now. Bounce at the 178.50 area, 178.40 area. Volume came in there. Look for a pullback on PLTR back up to 179.50, 180 possibly. Currently, PLTR up 3.21% today. Nice little price action there. We spiked up at the beginning of the day, hit the high of 182.95, and just been pulling back. We're wedging in to the daily pivot point right here. Look at that wedging down. Okay, that wedge down. I used to make a living just off of those trades. I still kind of do. Love those trades. Love those trades. When price wedges down into the pivot, pivot is just solid support. But you know what would have been better, though? The most beautiful setup is when VWAP is also down here and price wedges into that. Those are rare. Those are rare because VWAP obviously follows the price, right? So if price stays up here too long, obviously VWAP is going to rise. But when you catch a move, when the VWAP is down here with any pivot point, S1, S2, S3, R1, R2, R3, daily pivot point, and it's flush with it, and it's wedging into that area, and we got that solid support, or wedging up into that up any pivot point, and the VWAP is flush with it, and we're wedging into it. Look for rejection and a pullback, or look for support and a rip back up. Oh, which stock? I used to trade Tesla all the time, but it's just gotten way too unpredictable, so I stopped trading that. I stopped trading Tesla because it's like a future contract. It's more like gambling. You never know. I don't like gambling. I don't like gambling. So Tesla, I stopped trading it, and now I'm just very well diversified. Anywhere where I see price action that's fitting a good narrative, that's where we get in. Anything. The Qs, the SPY, the CRM, PG, NKE, Dogecoin, McDonald's. But I got Tesla up here for all of you guys because I get a lot of nice. Okay. Let's see. How's AMD doing then? Let's go to AMD really quick. AMD up 25% today. What a insane, that's crazy. That is absolutely bananas. Wow. I say it's right around the support area right now. We've had 2 bounces earlier today, 3 bounces at this price level at about the 206 even area, 205.80 area. about 205.80 up to 206 even. We've gotten a bounce, usually back up to that 210, 211 area. So look for a slight bounce here, especially volume coming in. It's a little too early, but we're seeing some volume piling in. This candle's ending here, so not a lot of volume in that candle. Let's look for some volume. Gotta watch the volume. We are below that little area now, so it's in a risky situation on AMD. AMD up 24.9%. Look for our continuation. I'd say look for a bounce here. 205 up to 211, 212 maybe. So when did you buy it? When did you buy it? When did you sell it? Or did you have the position in AMD and then you sold it recently and then you bought back in? Very nice move on AMD. Very nice move. I'm surprised the Qs aren't up higher. I mean, AMD holds a little bit of weight in the Qs. Technology on the Qs, this thing up so gigantic, plus Microsoft's up 2%. You got Tesla up 5%. How is the Qs only up 0.8%? That's bananas. Even Amazon, 0.5%. NVIDIA is only down 1%. That wipes out half of Microsoft's gain. So you would have thought that the Qs would be up a couple percentage points at the very least, 2.5, maybe 3, 4, 5%. Caterpillar rose finally up over the 500 mark today. We hit that 506 area, bounced off that pivot, hit a ceiling at that 506 on CAT, and just fell back below the 496 area. And I don't think it's going to be going up here, only because look at CAT, pull up the 5-minute. We hit the low at 493 even, 493.04 actually. And look at this. Look at this wedge. And now this is what I was just talking about a couple minutes ago. When you got VWAP and a pivot point, here's a perfect example right here. Look at this perfect example, and we're wedging into it. I mean, this is textbook. This is beautiful. It's down 0.19%, so the bears are in the corner on CAT. I'd say look for a rejection here. The only thing I don't like is I got some green volume coming in here, but I'd say look for a rejection here. Look at this wedge. We're literally wedging into the pivot, and we've been doing it since open on CAT. Say look for a pullback to that 493 area. Maybe that EOD volume will rip it down, or if this green volume continues, it could even push it up higher and break it, which would be a very rare thing to happen. But that's a perfect example. That's a perfect example of what I was just describing a little earlier. Look for NIO, guys. I'm still bullish on NIO right now. Bullish in 7.67, and we're up to 7.7 now. On NIO, look for a 7.73. PG down, making new lows right now as we speak, guys. PG, that's Procter & Gamble, making new lows as we speak. Some volume coming in here. 1.1% to the downside. Bears in the corner, pushing it down even lower. Nike, NKE, trying really hard to stay above that $70 area. Current price, $71.67, down 0.35%. Hit a low today of $71.01. Bounced off of that S1 pivot twice. PG moving lower, guys. PG moving lower, making new lows. Let's keep an eye on PG. Watch Meta. Meta's up 0.22%, trying to maintain that green day right now. META trying to stay green right now. It's only up 0.2%. Curling over, we're getting rejected at that 716.88 mark. If we continue down here, we're turning red. But then we got solid support at that 704 area on Meta. Okay, so we got solid support at 704 on Meta. So if we fail over here, right now, look at that curl over. Whoop! We're just getting rejected at the pivot at 716. So 716 rejected. We're all the way down to 712. We lost $4. Look at the Qs pulling back here. Might pull back to 607.75, 607.50. Current price 608.62. Might have $1.10, $1.15 to the downside here possibly. Amazon still holding that rejection at that pivot at that 221 area. 221 even rejection. Current price 220.77. It's going to need to take some volume to bring all the way back up to that pivot, that 30, 40 cents back up, and then they got to breach it. It is up 0.5%. What do we got going on here? Oh, thank you for the follow. Hey, I appreciate that very much. Oh, nice move. So yeah, that was a nice move you got there. You bought it. You bought AMD last week, and then you just made 25%. And look, it's going back up now. See that? It's 205.40. Now it's 205.90 on AMD. Look for that pull. Look for that pullback to 211. I'm confident 211. Q's not doing too good though. Q's are still slumping over. Negative volume coming in here. 608.57. Tesla still dragging back down here. They just hit the high about 25, 30 minutes ago. 453.52. Current price 451.24. Down $2.50 here. $2.2 on Tesla, TSLA. I think this is a $500 stock, guys. We're going to hit $500 before we hit 400. All right. Look for Tesla to hit $500 soon. That's the mental zone there. That's the mental zone, the psychological price level. We're going to hit 500, maybe 515, 513, and then we're going to have some type of pullback there, back down to probably pretty aggressively about where we're here now, maybe even down to the 400 area, maybe even the 390s, all the way from 513. Tesla loves to do that. So I'm very bullish until we hit the 500s on Tesla. Overall, long-term swing here. KO trying to make a comeback. KO still fighting those lows all day. We hit the low over here right after open, just ripped down. It's down 1%. So we dropped down to this area where we're at right now. We've just been bobbing around. We're unable to break through VWAP, which is right around 66.10. So KO, that's Coca-Cola, 66.10. We need to break, maybe 66.15 for a confirmation. Right now, 65.94 off the lows, just about 10 cents, 11 cents from 65.84 on Coke. But I have some type of confidence here that we're going to pull back up to that area and go to 66.20 on Coca-Cola before end of day with this end of day volume. It's pulling up here. T-Mobile still moving up. We're still bullish. T-Mobile 224.52. Look at that. It's about 75 cents here now. We just broke above the VWAP. We were waiting to see if it was going to be rejected or if we were going to see a break, and we got the breakthrough. So now we're bullish here. TMUS up to the 225.50 area. So we still got $1 though. Still got $1 to get in on that. Pepsi moving lower, and I'm surprised because we got Coke moving up, Pepsi moving lower. They hold some type of very small correlation. They've been moving very nicely correlated the last week or so, in particular. But Pepsi moving lower here, breaking below, very bearish right now, very bearish. 1.38% to the downside on PEP, 140.01. Look for this thing to continue to move lower. We just breached that S3 pivot. Not looking good for Pepsi. NFLX still moving lower here. It is up 0.4%, gave back about $6 from the high. I'm surprised. I think this thing's going to get red. Everybody's doing that trend now, canceling Netflix, I guess, for a whole bunch of reasons. I'm staying out of that political mumbo jumbo, but look, there's a lot of stuff going on with Netflix, a lot of negative sentiment, so careful going long on Netflix. I just sold mine. Pepsi's still moving lower here, guys. Let's check this out over here. We got CRM bouncing off of the R2 pivot, 246.26. Okay, 246.26. We were calling that at 245.50. We're up 78 cents here. Still going up to 248. Still got $1.70 to go to the upside on CRM. Nike pulling back down to VWAP. Watch NKE 71.56 right now. Look for a pullback to 71.40, 71.35 possibly. Got a kind of like a head and shoulder pattern on the 5. That's a little concerning. Not a lot of volume right now. Could breach this and drop down to the $71 area. The $71 area, by the way, on NKE is the S1 pivot. So let me put that in here for you guys. XRP, you trade XRP. That's the 2x leverage XRP. I trade that all the time. I love it, and there's no spread penalty. So you go see XRP, and that's the 2x leverage. So that's like buying two shares. So if XRP goes up 1.69% like it is right now, you're up that X2, just like I got BITU last week, and I'm up 25% because it's 2x leverage Bitcoin. XRP right now pulling back pretty strong. We got support around that 3.02 area. It's currently 3.030. So look for some support at that 302 area on XRP. Very bullish on crypto right now. I'm really disappointed because I wanted Pepe. I love Pepe, but I wanted Pepe to drop to that 700 area, and it just said right around that 900 when we dipped on Pepe. It just got momentum. It was just like, see you later. And I just every time we get to that area, I'm just like, come on, 700. So XXRP is the 2X ETF. So check that out. I would definitely recommend that XXRP, because when you buy it, XXRP ETF, you get no spread penalty. Like if you buy XRP, you get the spread penalty because it's crypto. You can't really buy and sell it. We got Bitcoin right now pulling down to that 125 400 area where we got R1 pivot. Look for a slight bounce here. Let's watch the volume pretty carefully, but let's watch this bounce right over here. 125 400 area. Kava pulling back down still. We're waiting for that bounce at the VWAP at that $64 even area. Current price $64.28. I'd say it's safe short here, 28.30 cents to the downside on Kava, but be careful holding beyond that. Look for a bounce at that 64 even area. McDonald's getting rejected at that at the VWAP right now. VWAP and the S3 pivot. So S3 pivot, VWAP sync right now on MCD getting rejected here. Look for a price possibly to move back lower. We have a low of 294.91 on MCD. Current price 296.16. Might pull back $1 here before EOD. We got to watch the volume. Remember, end of days, things get a little wild. Things get a little wild here on end of day. We got 18 minutes now, everybody. 18 minutes. 18 minutes till end of day. Dogecoin, same thing with XRP and XRP moving lower here. Look for support. 3.025 right now. We're waiting for 3.02, so just another tick or two down, and we should find support. If it breaks through that with some high volume, high volume coming in here. This is a little concerning on XRP. This is pretty high volume, pushing it down lower. So we got to watch this very, 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 very carefully. Right exactly where it's at right now. Dogecoin, I'm still bullish on. I'm bullish on it. It's there's nothing here that says negative. They're all slightly correlated. Don't get me wrong. But Dogecoin, it's moving up 20. I mean, we got 200 numbers here. Oh man, I can't say this whole thing. 267780. I mean, if I did Dogecoin all day, I think I might be able to get 3 calls out with all those numbers. Yeah, look for it to move back up to that 268. 268. We hit a high at 27 cents. Right now, 26.7830. Look for a bounce right around this area. We got XRP taking that little bounce. Now looks like it's coming back in. XRP looks like it's holding up. T-Mobile still holding that bounce to the upside. Kava dropping down. Look at Kava, guys. There's that beautiful short. Now look at that. 64.14 right now, pulling back to VWAP. Pulling back to VWAP. All right, now if you're holding that short, get ready to scale out right now on Kava. Get ready to get out. At least cut the position down 25, 30, 40, maybe 50%. I'd cut the position 50% at the very minimum. Okay, and scale out. If we get a little below it, cut another 25% at that 64 even. So right now, 64.15, I'd cut 50% right now off of that, and then hold the other 25% when we get the 64 even, and then hold that other 25 because just to give us a little bit more profit if we can, in case we just continue the downtrend here, which I don't think is likely. So Kava, CAVA, look for it to continue to return down to $64. Reduce that short by 50% right now, 64.15. Amazon pulling back up. Okay, there's the volume. That's what we were looking for. Is it going to be rejected again? We got to look for the right here. This is the test. Right now, AMZN at the 221.20 area. Price rising up, 221.09. It's up 0.7%, 0.71%. AMZN high of 221.73. We got the daily pivot point at about 221.30, 221.40 area. Looks like it's not finding the footing. It's just swatting it away. AMZN tried to make one more attempt back up. Some volume started coming in too. That's a shame. QQQ still moving down to that 608 even area. 608 even area. If price falls down to 608.15, I'd say drop 50% on that. If we drop down to 608 even, cut another 25% on that short, and then look for a slight bounce there. I don't know how much, it's 346 now. We got 14 minutes left. Price right now on GLD, that's gold, GLD. GLD 364.62 right now. Look for a pullback to 364.40 possibly, but we are just above that R3 pivot. I mean, we're up 1.95% on GLD. Really nice move to the upside here on gold. Been using, look at this VWAP. We've just been bouncing off that all day. If we pull back to that again, I expect a slight a breakthrough on that. So if we break this R3 pivot right here at the 364.50 area, 364.40 area, if we break through that, look for it to pull back to that 363.75 area. So about $1 down. And then if we break that, I think we're going to make a continuation to 363 even. Microsoft moving up higher here, 2.56%. MSFT approaching new highs as we speak right now. Microsoft, this is a bullish move here. Microsoft, MSFT moving up higher, 530.33 right now, 530.39. This is bullish right now. Lots of volume coming in here. This could be that end of day rip back continuation of this trend. Microsoft 2.53% positive. AMD just going sideways right now. AMD just going sideways. Q's getting closer right here, guys. That's 75% out of the position. 608 now. 608 even on QQQ. I'd be out now. So you took that 50% just a minute ago. That was a fast rip back down here. 25% right here. Now hold that 25%. See if we continue. Lots of volume coming here. Look at this volume right there. Most volume throughout the entire day, even the open. Right there on the last candle. A huge amount of volume here. Now, careful here. This is where we were looking for a bounce. This is where we're looking for a bounce at that 608 even area. If we break below that, which is why we're holding on to the 25% of the position, we scaled out 75%, is if we continue down, we at least have a little bit left to let our profits run. But if we start bouncing here with some reversal volume, look, get right out. Doesn't matter if it's at 608. Look at that, 607.88 now. It's continuing down here. Guys, be careful. Don't just hop into a long here. Wait for the volume to switch. It's still very negative right now. It looks like it's breaking below VWAP right now. Lots of high volume, 607.80. Whoo-wee. Look at this. Look at this Q's, guys. QQQ ripping lower. Breaking VWAP. Careful here. What else is moving here? Not a lot. It's the end of the day here. Something's gonna pop off here. How's Pepsi doing? T-Mobile's moving. Look, there we go, guys. 224.96. I'd say take off 50% right here. 225.04. That was a beautiful long here. We got $1. That's beautiful. Take out 50% right now. When we hit 225.25, take out another 25%. I'm sorry, 225.50. Go for another 225.50 because that 225.80 area is right about where the S2 pivot is. And we might see some rejection here, especially because we're down 2.28%. So the bears are in the corner. Okay, so we're looking for rejection points. But a lot of volume coming in here, pushing price up, 225 even. Okay, 50% out. 50% out. Hold that other 25% until 225.50. All right? Look for rejection back down at that 225.80 area, which is the S2 pivot. Look at NIO. Ooh, NIO failed pivot. NIO failed pivot, but look at this. Right over here at that 7.63 area, we've had support 1, 2, 3 times today. Even in the pre-market, 1, 2, 3 times in the pre-market. This is a likely bounce area, but I'm not too sure. I'm skeptical, guys. NIO might fail here. Might fail. I got nothing on NIO. This is a risky area right here. 7.64. NIO. McDonald's. I think McDonald's is going to bounce here, guys. MCD 296.45, 296.55. Look for a bounce back up to 297.25 possibly, especially with some end of day volume. 1.47 negative right now. Bears in the corner. Look for a slight bounce here. We got VWAP and we have the S3 pivot on MCD. Again, down 1.49%, 296.50. Look for a slight bounce back up, about 75 cents to the upside. Kava 64.13 now. 64.13. Remember, $64 even. Take out the other 25%. And then we're going to hold the other 25% to see what happens. If we start getting positive volume, exit and go. We're going long. Okay, back up to $65, maybe up to that R1 pivot, which is around the high. We might see a quick whiplash at the EOD, possibly. Here we go. We got some positive volume coming in here on the Qs. This is what we were waiting for. 607.95 now. We're back up about 20%, 20 cents now. 607.98 on the Qs. Right at VWAP. Beautiful, beautiful area. Look at that. This is what we were looking for. That's why 50 and then 25. And then we were holding that 25. Coming back here now. 10, 15 cents back up. Here we go. 608 even. 608.10. 608.13. Moving up here. The Qs, we hit 608.20. Look to cut that other 25%, reverse and go long back up to 609. SPY getting rejected at that 672.15 area. SPY rejection at 672.15, which is the R1 pivot. NVIDIA. Ooh, look at NVIDIA bouncing pretty nicely here. We have a ceiling throughout the day, but this looks like good. Look at this volume. This volume, we haven't had volume like this since this morning, since about 11. Nice green volume coming in right here. Nice body candle range. 185.93. Look for this to move up here, possibly. This looks good. I like the volume. We are above VWAP. Bulls look like they just took back VWAP. Keep in mind, 0.93% to the downside. NVIDIA is red. Watch NVIDIA here. NVIDIA bouncing at VWAP. Jeez. Guys, Tone will be back, I think, tomorrow. He might be back tomorrow. He got sick. I got him sick. So that's my fault. That's why Tone's not here. He's not doing any trading for me today. He's sick. I got him sick. It took me 2 weeks to recover. My God, my voice is finally back. I know you guys were probably getting sick. I was like this. Come on, guys, let's go. But now everything's looking good here. Everything's looking good here. Nice. Look at MSFT. Hit 530.85. We hit that new high. Nice. Nice. That's beautiful. I love that. Look at that. We hit the high on Microsoft. And it's pulling back here. If we fail 528 even, it's 529.56, but we got to look out. 528.20 actually. 528.20 if we fail. 528.20 on MSFT. Look for a pullback to 526. MSFT right now pulling back off the highs at 530.85. 529.58 right now. Just dropped over $1 on MSFT. Lots of volume coming in. Look for a slight pullback maybe. We might be pulling back to the 526 area. On MSFT up 2.38%. Very nice day for technology, especially AMD up 25%, now 24.84%. Qs up 0.83%, 0.84%. There's that bounce, guys. 608.20 now. 608.20. 608.20. Look for a move back up to 609 on the Qs. On the Qs. USO curling over here. Look for USO 72.88 right now. We had that rejection at 72.93, 72.94. Look for it to head back down to 72.79 on USO. That's US Oil. GLD holding above that R3 pivot, 364.61 right now, holding above that. So I'm bullish. 1.96% on gold. Meta is moving back up here. Look at Meta, guys. Lots of volume coming in here. This is 5 minutes now. We got 5 minutes left. Meta moving up higher. Morningstar trying to breach that R1 pivot right now. 357.57. Good volume coming in here. Guys, expect lots of volume coming in across everything. Lots of volume coming in here on Pepsi. Look at Pepsi. Pepsi, lots of volume here. Look for Pepsi to move up here. It's down 1.38%. Huge volume. I'm talking gigantic volume here. Look at this. I think we're going to break back above VWAP. 140.07. If we take out that last swing lower, we're going to continue down, moving lower. But right now, gigantic volume right now. Huge. Probably more volume right here in the last couple hours collectively on PEP. If we take out that swing low, scratch that. If we continue going up, then we're going to break above VWAP and move up to 140.40, 140.50 on PEP. NIO still moving lower, 7.62 now. It was just at 7.61. What a rejection at that 7.68 area. I was bullish, but then we got that rejection, and we're just no good. We took out that lit swing low at 7.65. We're only talking pennies here, but it's it's a $7 stock. You guys like this, so I keep it up here for you guys. NIO. Where's that? TSM rejection at VWAP at that 305 area. Currently 302.63, down $2.50 off of that rejection area. We had a high of just over 30, around 307 today on TSM. TSM. We're starting to hit this slight bounce here where we've bounced 1, 2, 3, 4 times today. We're coming down pretty aggressively. I don't think we're going to find support here. Look for a breach here. 3.52 on TSM. I don't think we're going to find support here, guys. This is too much momentum. Look at this huge candle. This is one of the biggest candles here since open. 302.27 now on TSM. Look for a possible pullback to that 301 area, $1.20 down. We got now, guys, 2.5 minutes left. 2.5 minutes left. Look at MSTR moving up higher. We're officially breaking above VWAP right now. 359.30 right now. Look for continuation to 360, maybe 360.30. Let's get $1 on MSTR. MSTR moving up higher right now. Volume coming in. We got bulls taking back control of VWAP. We were rejected. Look at this. 1, 2, 3 times. 3 times today at VWAP, finally taking VWAP back over. Bulls coming back in control, trying to rip this back up higher. Look for 360, 50, 361 on that MSTR. Look at these guys. Come here, you. Come here. Who's this? Oh, this is Buddy. I just named him Buddy. This is Buddy. He is such a sassy cat. I'm going to tell you right now. He is super sassy. Wags his tail like a dog. I think he thinks he's a dog. I think he thinks he's a German Shepherd. Like my dog Athena. Here, go play with your brother. Go ahead. Go ahead. This is Muffin. This is Muffin. He doesn't have that white stripe in his face. Very chill, cool, chill cat. Cool, chill cat. Get your brother. Get your brother. All right. All right, Meta moving up higher, 715 even now, 715 even. Look for 716. Let's get $1. Let's go. Let's get $1, Meta. AMD, AMD's in trouble now. So you asking me about AMD? Look for AMD to move lower here. That's not a good sign right here. We broke that area where I drew the line. We're below it now, well below it. Moves pretty quickly. Now we're down about 30 cents below that line in the sand. Look for AMD to move back lower. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you, but I gotta be honest with you. I think we're gonna move down lower here. I know you got in at 214, but that's that red line in the sand. Okay, you asked me, and I'm just being honest with you. That 203.80, 204 area was really pivotal, and it broke it. So I would be very cautious holding past that. If you're day trading, I don't know if you're going for a long-term swing. I mean, it's up 25%, now 23.5%. So if you want to continue holding that, then for a swing trade, that's good. You made a killing though. You made a killing. So good move here. Kava, Kava breaking below VWAP here. Lots of volume. That's bad. That's bad for Kava right now. Look at Kava breaking below VWAP right now. We got T-Mobile still getting rejected. See, that was that long into that 225.80 area. We hit that 225.80 area, rejected. You see that? Boom, boom. That's why you got to scale out, guys. Beautiful, beautiful movement here. Beautiful movement. PLTR moving back up to VWAP. PLTR right now, guys. We got. The day's over. Here we go. Any second now. What do we got? Oh, we got a minute. My clock is off. My clock is off. I turned it off yesterday. Holy cow. Oh, there it is. What is going on here? This is a minute. Oh my God, that's the 1 minute chart. How did that become? I gotta fix that. Oh my gosh. I gotta fix that. Guys, how'd you do today? How'd you do today? We had a great day today. What a great day today, guys. How'd everybody do? I want to hear some comments. Come on, let's go. Let's talk for a couple minutes, guys. How'd everybody do today? Let's hear some stories. Great. Good for you. Good for you. I'm happy you did great today. This was a good day. Very good day today. Everything stuck to it. Very good. Very good. Okay, good. Good. Invalid username 61. There you go. Yes, explanation point. Yes, we are going to wait for AMD, but we did pass that line. We're going to have to sit here and see how it goes. Lots of volume came in at exactly 4 o'clock. That was green, so that was in your favor. Okay, okay, yeah. AMD likes to move. AMD, Tesla, they like to move in the post market. So, and man, every time I wake up in the middle of the night, I pull up my phone and I start looking at my phone, go through all my charts. It's just something I love to do. I don't go on the internet and start scrolling videos, although I do that sometimes. But first thing I do is I pull up my phone and I start looking at all my investments and all the charts, and that gives me a good perspective on when we open up in the morning. I kind of know the overnight activity, the overnight movement, and it gives me a little bit of more of an advantage. XRP is just right at that support area we were waiting at, that 3.025. It's right now 3.026. It's holding pretty nicely. So that's what we were looking for right there. I just sold, again, guys, I just sold my BITU, which is 2x Bitcoin, 25% positive on that. What a great move that was. Absolutely beautiful. Nike, 71.17 into the close. PG almost hit that 150 even area, which was the S3 pivot. It's a wild day today. So tell me, what was going on with AMD? I wouldn't buy Kava. I'm very bearish on Kava, but that's bias. You got to take that. I'm honest, okay? So I'm very honest, and I'm very, very biased when it comes to CAVA. I think we're going to go down to $40 on Kava, and I think T-Mobile's going to hit that 180, between 170 and 190. And it's right now 224.96, and this is more of a long-term swing view, swing perspective. But I'm very honest and transparent. Guys, Tesla, I think Tesla's going to hit 500 before it hits 400. It's 454 right now. I think Tesla's going to hit that 500, maybe even 515, and then we'll see a slight pullback. I think we're going to see a large pullback, to be honest, at that 500 to 515 area. Just remember, I called that, okay? 500 to 515. We're going to see a pullback, strong pullback, maybe to the 400 even. Huge. And it's getting pushed up here. Lots of momentum here because of Elon Musk bought $1 billion in stock at 370 to 390. So that created a huge influx of volume. Lots of positive bullish sentiment in Tesla. So we're going to move back. We're going to continue moving up here to that 500, 515 area, which is a psychological area. and then we're going to see people start to really get off. Especially some of the big guys start to take some profits there, and then we're going to see it get dumped a little bit. That's what Tesla does, though. Tesla rips up, and then it takes big dips. It goes wham, wham. Tesla is very, very chronically known for those very volatile whiplash moves. So expect that. Yes. Let me see. I think I'm up. I'm up huge on Tesla. Overall, I think I got in. Let me see. I got in very, very low, and I scaled out. I got on one of my accounts here. Let me see. That's on my Roth. 89.1% on Tesla. 89.1%. Very beautiful. Yep. 89.12%. 89.08%. Average cost 240.27. Ha! Yes, gorgeous. Such a beautiful price right there. And I did take some out though, so it was a little lower. It was like 220, and I as it came up, I added some more onto it, and it brought my price up. So I like to average up more than I like to average down. So in a position that's bullish, I feel confident like this thing's gonna keep going up, so I start adding more. And then I don't do first in first out FIFO. I do specific lots. I exit specific lots, and that way I take profit on whatever's profitable at the time. But yeah, guys, make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you're here tomorrow, guys. Okay? I'm not going to be in the private room at all tomorrow. It's going to be all public. We're going to be here all day tomorrow. No private room tomorrow. I'm just going to be here with you guys, okay? So I was only able to give you guys about an hour today, and but tomorrow we're going to do the whole thing for everybody. Man, Microsoft's huge amount of negative volume came in at the end of the day. Hey, you know what? 203.90 came back about 50 cents AMD for you. So I am in and out Tesla. It's a great, yes, it is. It is. It's very volatile. I used to day trade it all the time. But then about a month ago, I just started getting wrecked on it because it became so unpredictable. And I'm a very, I think I'm a fantastic chartist. And I was unable to predict Tesla consistently like I have been. It goes through these phases, and when the only time when things like that happen is when there's this bullish sentiment or bearish sentiment, and it's a psychological market pressure coming in on any symbol, and then it makes it just unpredictable, wildly unpredictable. So wild swings up, wild swings down. When anything moves on average every day 5-6%, that's not okay. I mean, that's like playing roulette. You can't intraday trade that respectively, and without putting a lot at risk. I like small, consistent moves. I want to see 0.5%, 1.1%, something like along those lines. But Tesla's 6%, 4%, 8%, 10%, 20%, 13%. That's just bananas, guys. You can't trade like that. That is not okay. Right. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you. You know what it reminds me of? Tesla reminds me Tesla reminds me of, if anybody trades future contracts, you'll know what I'm talking about here. RB gasoline. That's what it reminds me of. That thing will whiplash everybody out of it. I used to trade that. Only used to trade RB gasoline. I did really good in the beginning. I remember my very first trade I took was RB gas. It wasn't my very first trade because I traded like penny stocks at first, and I was just like, what am I doing? This is garbage. And then I got into future contracts. This is I'm talking about the early days, when I very first started trading. And man, this was my eyes lit up this day. I bought a contract, one single contract of RB gasoline, and I bought it. I got up. I walked to the refrigerator. I got a drink. I came back, sat down. I saw $580. I was like, what? What? And I was like, yes, yes, yes. And by the time I took it, it was like $500. And then from that day, I was like, oh my God, I just made $500. And we're talking about, 15 years ago, 12, 13 years ago. And it just blew my mind. Blew my mind. And I remember one day my computer froze when I was trading RB gasoline. I was trying to exit. My computer froze. I was like, I gotta get a new laptop. This is a crappy laptop, and I lost $2,000. I was like, I could have bought a brand new laptop. This freaking junk thing. What do you think I did? I went right to the store. I bought a new laptop. I was like, I can't do that. No, 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 nope, no good. Guys, we're talking about RB gasoline futures, some trading experience. What a wild day today. Very beautiful day across everything. So much action today. Huge amount of action today. Can't wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be fantastic. We're going to see Tesla probably have a slight pullback. We're going to see maybe crypto pull back a little bit or have a strong continuation. Because right now we're approaching those highs on Bitcoin and surpassing it slightly. And I think we might see a slight pullback, maybe to 120 area, or if it keeps trending, we're gonna see that 130 area. And I'm excited, but I'm out. I'm out though. I have a little bit of actual crypto Bitcoin for long term, but I'm out of my BITU position, the 2x leverage. So out of that. I got to get back into XRP. I'm gonna buy XXRP, which is the 2x leverage XRP. And speaking of that, it's moving up right now. It hit off that bounce area. I put that 3.025 area, 3.02 area for solid support. And look at this little look at this curve right here on XRP. Now 3.04, 3.035. It's teeter-tottering there. That's a nice little hook there. These kittens are up 24 hours a day. I thought kittens had to sleep. These kittens, they don't sleep. 3 o'clock in the morning. I had run across my face. I feel paws just like running across my face. I'm like, what is going on here? Go to sleep. I thought kittens were supposed to sleep more than AMD. Sure. AMD, where we at? So AMD 203.45. It's in that bad area. I don't like it right here. Let me get in a little bit more. Let me zoom in a little bit, okay? Let's see. I'll do this one right here. Oops. Hang on a second. What did I just do here? No. I almost deleted it. AMD. All right, I'm pulling up AMD for you. Let's check it out. All right. Let me go. I'm going to zoom out a little bit, get more of a big perspective here. We have solid support down all the way down at 186.50 area, which would be catastrophic. I mean, you're talking $20, $18 down. We hit that high of 227.80 earlier today. We have that sharp pullback here. I mean, I see a strong possibility of returning back up to that 213 area. I know you're in that 214, but that 213, 214's on the scope, but it has a lot of opportunity to go down. It does. It has a lot of room down. But we're in that unpredictable area. I mean, we hit that. We just ripped up 25%. And usually when things like this happen, it could completely retrace and do stuff like this and just go sideways the whole way down, all the way fully retrace it. It happens, and I'm just speaking truth to you. Sometimes goes ticks like this, And everybody's waiting for the bounce, and they're holding on to it, holding on to it. But we have solid support right about right here, like right around here. Okay, so wait, no, right around here. There's good support right there. Okay, especially going when you zoom out and you look to the left. We got a couple good peaks with a lot. It's a solid area. So 186 area. I know it's probably not what you want to hear, but it's dropping. I mean, we're at 203 even now. It's at 203 even. It's got to find some type of support. If we don't find support down at 196, then you look to fall back to 186, and at that point, I'd be adding on. I would get in on AMD at that point. Man, I'm so upset that I missed this. I was waiting for this thing to fall back to the 140s, around 140s, and freaking thing ripped up. I mean, what a huge rip up. I thought it would come back up over 200 in time, but this was just a monster move ripped up all the way to the 227. My gosh, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Huge move for AMD. Just gigantic. Just gigantic. I don't even know what happened. I'm not even watching the news right now. You know, this is all charting and stocks. So, and I mean, look, this is why I'm coming up that 186 area. See these two peaks right here? That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So this was resistance, and what happens is resistance turns to support, and especially when we break above it like this, and I'm not saying we're going to, but in the event that we approach that area, that's the bounce point. That's the bounce point right there. That's the bounce area right there. I personally I'm telling you now, I am going to get in right there at that level. It might drop a couple dollars beneath that, wick underneath of it, grab some liquidity underneath of it. But I believe, in my personal opinion, that's the zone to ultimately buy and go back up. Maybe hit that 220, 230 area in the coming weeks once again. But that's a huge move up. Looks like people taking profit. We're gonna have to see. I gotta also look into it and do some background and see what the heck happened here. I know you all know. My entry number 186 even. 186 even. Yeah, 186 even, between 186 and 186.50. That's a nice scale, a nice zone. Could it fall to 183? Yes. But I think that's a beautiful area to to enter on AMD for a long-term bounce play. Beautiful move here on AMD today. 23.76% today. 203.80 now. Look at that. It just bounced 80 cents while I'm explaining that to you. You see the volatility in this thing? By the time you wake up tomorrow, this could be 220 again. When something like this happens, it's just wild. You never really know. You never really know. It becomes like a Tesla type thing. I think the SPY is having a little bounce here. 671.72 could pull back up to that 672.15, 672.10 area. These kittens, look at this. These guys are bananas. Come here. Oh. TSM is going to move down a little bit here. Probably down to that 300. It's at 302 right now. And look at that. That's the rejection I was looking for on CAT. CAT. Okay? Check out CAT. I'm gonna pull CAT up right now for you. Let me show you something on CAT. Every live stream I do, I talk about this particular type of scenario because it's my favorite. All right? It's one of my favorite setups. Okay? So look at this. All day today on CAT, we had price coming up and just bouncing off of the daily pivot point. All right? And then look at VWAP, slowly fell down into it. And then right over here, I was waiting for that rejection. And I called it, we were calling it, we were waiting for it, we were monitoring it. I said, look, price is wedging up into it. When you got price wedging up, that's an ascending wedge. It's not an ascending wedge because then you got the top and the bottom. But when you got the bottom coming up into the pivot point, look for a bounce back down, okay? And if you got it coming down like this, look for a bounce up. Look at that. Boom, up, big, huge candle, large volume, dropping down. I mean, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So you guys, if you guys took anything from this live today, look for patterns like this. Anything like this. VWAP into pivot. Or take this and flip it upside down. VWAP going down into pivot and price falling into it. Rising up, falling in, pivot, and VWAP as a ceiling or as support. And those are like I said, these are my favorite setups right over here. Absolute favorite setups. Okay, where is it? You don't sleep? Enter on what? On this? We're bearish on CAT right now. We're bearish on CAT at 497 even. Yeah, 497 even on CAT. Right now it's 495.38. It's questionable. You're kind of halfway through the move on CAT. It's about at 50%. So you could find about another $1.50 to the downside, and that's where you're going to find some support at that 493 even area. Right now, again, 495.38. So you got to. It's actually about $2.30 to the downside potential for CAT. So, and here's another one slightly. Well, McDonald's slightly. Not really, though. Let me see if there's any more that I can show you guys today. Nah, not really. Oh, that was the beautiful setup today, right there. That's my favorite. That's my favorite call today, right there. That and this one right here. That was beautiful. Look at USO pushing up here, 72.97. It's too bad it happened after hours. We had the goal of $73 even. 72.75. All right, guys. Any suggestions before I head out, guys? Listen, like, subscribe, follow, okay? Follow. If you like it, I do private rooms. Don't forget. I only came here for an hour today. I was in the private room. I do that every single day. You got guys charging 10 times more. I do it only $9.99 for my private room. Everybody comes in there. We do the same thing there. I come out. I do this here for you guys. Show you a little bit. Give you a taste of what I do. And it is action packed. Right now, end of day, there's not a lot going on. There's nothing going on really, but I like to just get out there, expose myself to get more people, get more followers. You got people charging $80 for one guy with his face up to the computer with one chart. Like, okay, we're waiting for a liquidity, guys. There's nothing really going on here. I'm gonna go take my dog for a walk. But no, this is nonstop market call, market analysis, one after the other. I don't like dead air. Okay, so it's just one after the other, constant moving. I'm a hyper guy, as you can tell. I wake up like this, all right? At 3 o'clock in the morning, at 5 o'clock in the morning, whenever time I wake up, I'm ready to roll. This is why I'm single, because people they can't handle it, all right? It's too much. Oh, boy. Cat looks like, yeah, I'm convinced Cat's going to continue to drop about $2.30. Look for an area of risk at 494, 494.40. That's a high level to watch at 494.40. And again, right now that's a dollar beneath us right now. We're at 495.38. So 98 cents beneath us is an area to watch. Our target is at that 493 area. So I appreciate the follow, Wicked Value. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm going to start wrapping this up. Go ahead, like, follow. Make sure you're here tomorrow. Okay, all day tomorrow. We're going to be rocking and rolling and calling the market out. Almost lost my voice today. There's just so much screaming and yelling. It's just bananas today. Holy cow. Everything's just ripping across this AMD, this Tesla. Just what a wild day today. Everything's up multiple percent. Tesla 5.5%. You got AMD up 24.26% now, which up over $1.68. What a wild day. $1.60, $1.70 now from when we were just looking at it. You got Amazon up almost 0.75%. Nvidia down 1%. Gold up 1.92%. USO up 1.76%. NIO down 1.3%. Nike down 1%. PG down 1%. CRM up 2.1%. You got PFE down 3.5%. Just a wild day. TSM up 3.5%. Man, just a wild, wild day. Home Depot down 1.5%. Adobe up 1% finally. They've been getting slaughtered. XRP up 1.3%. T-Mobile down 2.4%. Pepsi down 1.5%. Coke down 1%. I just love it, man. Just love this action. Just love this action. And when this is popping off, man, it's just, this is the real Squawk Box right here. Remember that old school thing? I used to love that when I was growing up. Remember Ben at the TD Ameritrade on Thinkorswim? I used to listen to Squawk Box with Ben just calling out the market nonstop. That guy was someone I looked up to a lot. Used to love talking with him. He's just a great guy. That guy Ben. Does anybody remember that? Anybody from that time? Going back over 20 years, I mean, all the way up until about the last 8 years, I think, maybe 5, 6 years ago, I think he stopped doing that Squawk Box. And then you got the Charles Schwab acquired TD Ameritrade and Thinkorswim, and the whole platform just kind of changed. But yeah, Ben, forgot his last name. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it right here. Everybody, thank you so much. I appreciate you. We got some people came back in the room, but I appreciate everybody. Thank you. Any personal requests on charts, just go ahead and direct message me. I'll be more than happy to look into it after I sign off. I go through all the comments after I sign off, and then I go one by one. I try to, at least, as much as I can, and then I try to respond direct message as often as possible. But the best thing to do is, if I didn't get to your comment, or if you got a my pleasure. If you got a personal request, just go ahead and direct message me. I'll go more than happy to look at any chart for you and just let you know my personal opinion. And I like to just help as much people as possible. All right. So everybody, listen. I appreciate you all. Again, I'm Scotty Tucker Jr. This is 10X Charting, Trade Center. Do this every single day. This is my passion. I've been doing this for over 15 years, about that, just under that. I got a book, Pro Trader, Chart Patterns Decoded, on Amazon Kindle. Just go ahead and check that out. I put it out there, put my heart and soul into that thing. It gives you in-depth analysis about how I like to trade. No fluff. There's not me talking about how I go on vacation, how I met this guy. It's like a textbook, college textbook. There's no baloney in there. It's right to the point. There's no fluff. It's literally straight to the point. It's a direction guide, okay? There's nothing, no BS. So check it out. I guarantee you, like, if you have Kindle Unlimited, it's free. It doesn't cost anything. If you have Kindle Unlimited, it's free. It doesn't cost nothing. Get it, download it, check it out. It starts out kind of 101 type in the beginning, and as you get midway through the book, you got to crawl before you walk, before you run. So that's how I start the book off. Later on in the book, I go through more in-depth pattern trading strategies. And I just walk you through it. All right. So check it out. I guarantee you'll like it. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Thank you all for joining. Thank you. And again, Pro Trader Chart Patterns Decoded by Scotty Tucker Jr. on Kindle. Check it out, everybody. TSM. All right. Give me a second. Let me check out TSM. Look for TSM hot spot at 303 even. If we broke below, I mean, we're rejected at that 304.50 area. Broke through the VWAP as well, and that's very bearish. Right now, we're rising into VWAP. Look for a possible rejection right here at that 303 even area. Look for a rejection and move possibly back down. We did find support at that 302 area, so we moved up $1 from that area, and we found support 1, 2, 3, and now 4 times. So if this breaks back above VWAP, look for it to move back up to 304.50. If we fail right here at the 303 to 303.15, look for a move back down to the 300 area, and that's TSM right there. Okay. I hope I said that. I know I talk too fast sometimes. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful day. I'm gonna go this time. I promise. I'll see you all tomorrow. Make sure you're here tomorrow. Thank you.